We'll have to move him over in between that area.
Well, won't be showing much of the kids without showing much of the crowd. I was having.
Do what you can. At this point, I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Any zoom ins on the speakers or performers?
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Just focus on making it smooth.
Okay.
How are you doing? This how you supposed to talk today.
My sister is actually she is. Well, my dad is retired. He was in the Navy Reserve. Now, if I took him to the VA, but it's not. I was disappointed yeah. Well, that's going to be a upper level spot. Yeah. Well, like I always said. I started doing that for college.
So they're exiting this way. Yeah, it's got to be over here. Either that or off the stage, off there, and catch him here. Yeah, the mic's not staying either. Yeah. So you could be here. So this
Where
is
are they coming?
So they're coming in this side and exiting out that side.
Right.
So
Are they coming in here?
yes, they're coming in here. The diplomas are going to be here. Diploma, and then they're going to head out this way.
Hey, and where did you tell these guys to stop?
Well, we have it coming about here. These mics aren't going to be here. But yeah, we can put some tape
if you
on.
put an X there, that'll help.
Get our tape.
Thank you.
That leaves me with a question.
Yeah.
When do these mics get used in the program?
Wherever you guys are telling me where to stop. It's all over the city.
Okay, I just thought I'd do those two. I guess right in here, the right here. I'd say it's right about here. As long as they're near it, we're in the game.
And
Yeah.
Move your stuff out.
Yeah, that's it. So as soon as they're finished get all their stuff set up, and then when they're done, they don't do a second. They just
Thank
do
you.
that one set.
Okay.
Okay?
Good.
You want me to, so you're this, they walk over here, they stop, show you their diploma, move off the stage.
Hey, we'll make it work.
But the best, if you wanted surgery done, and does well,
Thank you for being my purse watcher.
Yeah, we're gonna put the card back here. These will all be taken out here.
Can I see your program for just a second? See when they need me up here. I'm sure I'll be in the middle. Let's see. Calling of the roll.
I don't think there's any time slots on that program.
What's that?
I don't think there's any time slots in the program.
No, I always go by, what they're doing and stuff. So calling of the roll, I guess they say, okay, everybody stand up and all that jazz. At least I know it's after the presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have called that either. If anything, roll call would be less passive.
Am I okay with leaving this here then?
Oh, it's fine. You're
Okay.
not even on the shot.
Awesome.
I visited every care facility. Yeah.
Why is this date?
I had to hire a professional engineer to do my dissertation. I still see the professor like walking me through my dissertation. I see and I'll resign. And I'm the one who's never written to write now.
We don't get lost. You know what I will do?
Stage left.
Nobody volunteered yet. The last time I did softball, the baseball game, I brought a damn chair, previous time I did nothing. Well, yeah, exactly.
So it's his first year.
This is great. Yeah. Yeah.
People are starting
So-
to comment on it.
Yeah, so right here in the middle is where the seniors are going to cross.
Okay.
So we want to get that'll walk when they start to do their walk in. You're going to want to turn and focus.
Got it. All right. You want to get a test shot? Okay.
Never mind your goods costs.
Niels and I are going to cross. Niels and I are going to cross in front like the seniors. So make sure you've kind of got the shot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know the graduation is it.
So far. So just them meeting at the center then?
Yeah.
Okay. May have to zoom in a little outside.
Every time you do it,
Let's loosen up some of these. That's better. Tilt looks.
I would love that. You want to see what we feel tackle on the stage? Yeah.
So that way when he falls on you,
There's a little bit.
remove the hat as Emily Newell sings the national anthem.
Oh, sing, can you sing by the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the guns bursting in air, through the night, that our flag was still there, and say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, what a year, right? Holy smokes. Can't believe we're sitting here and looking at all these smiling faces at me right now. This is what it's supposed to be about right here. It's nice to see. So I'd like to welcome Superintendent Kevin Miller, school board members that are present, the staff of Douglas High School, and the parents and family members. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the parents for all your tremendous support, willingness to get us through this crazy year. I got to give you guys a round of applause. Thank you guys. I promise I only took a little heat many times this year, so hey, with all these guidances, we're here and it was worth it. Today is a celebration for Douglas High School's class of 2021. I'm excited about the future for each and every one of you. Once again, congratulations, and there's going to be a lot of bright futures out there. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our keynote speaker, Dr. Stephen Chenoweth.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Thank you, graduates. Thank you for asking me to be here today. Graduates, I have two words for you. Number one, congratulations. You did it. You made it. But here's the second word. Admiration. I admire you. You started your high school experience thinking that to graduate, you just needed 24 credits. That's all you had to do. What were you thinking? So I'm going to do something that's probably going to get me not asked again. That's all right. I want Mr. Miller, Ms. Lorna, our school board chair, Mr. Anderson, our other officials and teachers, how many credits are the following experiences worth? A pandemic. You had to stay home for what must have felt like decades. There were strange people in your home. Yes, they're your parents and your siblings, but you hadn't seen them for a while. You got to wear pajamas to school for real, not just to show up on the look what people wear page. You experience a massive disruption of sports, music, after-school activities, clubs. You miss all those talent scouts that have always come, wait a minute, that's the wrong school, never mind. But I will remind you of this. What is on YouTube always is on YouTube. You can't deny it. So again, how many credits should we assign or give for destructive wildfires that forced you to stay home earlier this year? Remember the smoke that you couldn't see through, the smoke that made it difficult to breathe? How many credits should we give for the distraction of construction equipment that drowned out the lectures that you normally would have slept through? What's with that? What about getting credit for the scheduling issues? Is today an A day? Or is it a B day? Wait a minute, it was a long weekend. What's the first letter of my last name? I don't remember. No, none of you experienced that, I'm sure. How much credit should you get for learning to do facial recognition from the nose up? You should get some credit for that. So I do admire you because you stayed the course. Your class has accomplished something that no other high school class in Douglas High School history has ever done. You made it through a pandemic, construction, all sorts of disruptions. Through serious adversity, you will graduate tonight. So before you receive your diploma in just a few moments, take a moment with me and ask, what is high school really all about? Some would say that high school, actually starting from K through 12, is all about communicating a body of knowledge, enabling students to think creatively and critically, and applying those skills to create a purposeful life. Yes, Mr. Miller, I do read the same magazines you do. But is that really what high school is about? You have demonstrated your knowledge and accumulated knowledge. Algebra, which you'll never use again, but that's another story. You've demonstrated your ability to think. How many scrapes have you been in this year? Don't answer that publicly. You've been able to apply much of what you've learned. So I'm going to do something tonight that, as I said, will probably get me uninvited. That's okay. I'm going to give away some extra credit tonight. You're not going to graduate with 24 credits. You're going to graduate with 28 credits tonight. Yeah. As I just said, Mr. Miller and Ms. Quimby may have an issue with that, but okay. What's the worst that can happen? I want to give you 1 credit each for your resolve. You could have given up. You could have last spring or early this fall, or when you got that call saying, oops, we're quarantining again, you could have said, that's it, I'm done. I'm just going to get my GED. I'm just going to do this all online. I'm not going to go back. But you didn't. You stayed the course through those wonderful letters, CDL, which you will probably have nightmares about the rest of your life. Comprehensive distance learning, what is that really all about? You made it through A days, B days, construction, dust, noise, very shortened sports schedules, through artistic and creative expressions that, well, I don't recall seeing our high school band, but do you remember the picture of the people in a band playing in these asbestos-like protective suits? You guys stayed the course. So I'm giving you 1 extra credit for resolve. And I know you're going, where was this extra credit 3 weeks ago? We're not going to use it then. I'm also going to give you 1 credit for endurance. I can sort of imagine what it must have sounded like at first to say, I get to go to school via my computer? That's cool. and then the second day, and the third day, and the second month, and the third month, and the fourth month. And you're going, wait a minute, this isn't really much fun. This is not the same as hanging out with my friends. This is not the same as making snarky comments at the back of the class. Not that any of you would do that. But I'm going to give you one extra credit for your endurance. I'm also going to give you one extra credit for encouraging one another. None of you got here alone. Look around you. As I watched you come in and hug on each other and throw each other to the ground. I thought that was a great move, by the way. Mr. Miller saw dollar signs, so he's like, insurance, insurance, insurance. No, no, no. But you made it together. You hung together. You encouraged one another. Your parents, your family, they encouraged you. They said, let's stay together. Your staff, the staff and teachers at the high school should get some of that credit because they got thrown a huge curveball last March when the governor said 2 weeks and we'll be back to normal. Oops. Now you got to figure out how to do everything that you normally do in a classroom online. And you've got about 4 days to do it. Congratulations, teachers, you did it. Congratulations. I also think some of that credit needs to go to those that drive the bus, that prepare the meals, the coaches, those who are often behind the scenes. And my wife, Cindy, who many of you knew from the middle school, says I have to say thank you to the office staff as well, or you wouldn't be here tonight. So that's 3 credits. Final credit. I want to give you one credit for discernment. In spite of the challenges, in spite of you chose to invest your life in that which is really important. Learning to learn. Learning to know. Learning the skills that will serve you the rest of your life, whatever path you might choose. You will look back on these years, if and when you have children, and you will tell them stories that they will not believe. Like the story my dad continues to tell me about walking uphill in the snow to school, barefoot, 2 feet of snow, and walking home uphill, barefoot, in 2 feet of snow, in a place where it never snows more than 3 inches. But you know what? Your kids won't know the difference. And you can tell them, remember that pandemic? Let me tell you about that pandemic. Let me tell you about that construction project where they asked me to supervise every morning, where they asked me to help them make the decisions. They're not going to know, but you invested in your education. You invested in that which is important. And you will look back on these years with satisfaction and joy. So with no particular authority except my own, I grant you 4 additional credits. Congratulations, graduates, you made it. 48 credits.
Thanks, Steve. So the next one is going to be a performance by our band. We get them up here on the stage and get that going.
No.
All right, so our first senior speaker is by our salutatorian tonight, Miss Emily Newell.
Hello, guys. I'm sure you're tired of this. I just want to say that I'm proud of all of you for making it here, and I know that you probably don't want to be listening to people talking all the time, but I just want to say one quick thing, and that is that the grades that you got here and the decisions that you made here do not define you for the rest of your life. And if you struggle through high school, so be it. Like, that's what happened. So did I. So did probably others. It doesn't make it any less valuable the time that you spent here, or the grades that you may have gotten or may not have gotten. And I'm just rambling. But thank you for coming here. Thank you for trying so hard to be here. And I know that y'all have probably gone through things that I can't understand, and I just hope that you go forward in life with much more happiness and smooth transitions, hopefully. So I'm proud of all of you for coming here, and happy graduation, guys. And now, please welcome our valedictorian, Lucas Vandermark.
Good evening. My name is Lucas Vandermark, and I am in the class of 2021 Douglas High School valedictorian. It is my honor to be speaking today for the 2021 graduating class of Douglas High School. As Dr. Schnorr said, there are a lot of important people in our lives who have helped us along the way, but I feel like there is a group that was missed. And because of that, first, I believe that we should recognize that many of us have lost loved ones along the way. Family, friends, and even our dear classmates Trent Hannick and Jada Lumberly, among others. Despite not being with us today, it is important to acknowledge them and their impact on our lives. So could you please take a moment of silence for those who are not with us today. Thank you. Thank you all for your respect. This year has been like none other. We were not able to hold a lot of events, including homecoming, spirit weeks. We could not even have a school prom. But despite this, it was so an important developmental year for a lot of us. And the memories we made of this year and throughout high school will last a lifetime. Graduation is not just about these 4 years. Graduation is about every grade leading up to this, and is a culmination of 12 years of hard work. And even in the uncertainty presented by the coronavirus pandemic, we have a graduation today to celebrate the work and dedication put in by all these graduating seniors throughout those 12 years. We learned a lot this year and along the way. Lessons that were important to me included standing up for what is right. For me, this meant putting in effort to preserve a message that was important to me and to the community. I encourage all of you to find an outlet to do this in a way that works for you. There is no right answer or wrong answer. Second, be true to yourself. Live a life that is right for you, not necessarily the one that's pressured or encouraged by others. Find what makes you happy. And lastly, challenge yourself. The easy path is not always the correct path to take in life. And while all these are important, keep in mind what you've learned about yourself as well. Now let's reflect on the future. For some of us, graduation is just the first step in our education, and for others, getting here meant working day and night to pass their classes. And I want you all to know that whatever path you had to take to get here, today, you prevail. So what do we do with the lessons we've learned along the way? Well, we take them to community colleges, trade schools, universities, the military, and even indirectly into other lines of work. What's important to remember is that everyone can prosper so long as they use the lessons they learned along the way. I have one final message to leave you all with. What is it that we want when we go out into the real world? A lot of people would say to be successful, and that is a good answer. Success is money, fame, and other milestones of accomplishment that are tied personally to you. But success is not everything. As John Maxwell says, once you've learned something, do you have a heart to share it with others, or do you hold it for yourself? Success is indeed a journey, but if you stop at adding value to yourself, you miss the reward of significance. Success brings value, but significance brings happiness and shares your message with the world. And so I challenge every graduating student in our class. Don't just settle for success, but strive for significance. Thank you. Now introducing Mrs. Mountain Springwood to present the top 10 students.
Hello, I'm Angela from Mountain Springwood. I'm a senior English teacher, and it is my great privilege to present the top 10 class of Douglas High School. I will point out that in addition to being the top 10 in terms of GPA, they all took my college level writing class. So very impressive putting them high on the class. Also, this is much taller than me, so. Our number 10 graduating senior is graduating from Douglas High School with a 3.82 GPA, and that's Emma Freeman. Her parents are Kyle Freeman and Stephanie Edson. 5 adjectives that best describe Emma are persevering, adventurous, goofy, independent, and meticulous. 3 of her strengths include her hardworking, her reliability, and her caringness. Her plans for after high school are to go to Lynn Benton Community College, get a degree in animal science, and eventually go on to be a veterinarian. For long-term, her long-term goals are to be a successful veterinarian and potentially to even own her own practice. And her fondest memory of Douglas High School is all of her inside jokes she had with her friends. So please give her a hand of applause. Our number 9 graduate is Alexandra Gunn. Alex is graduating with a GPA of 3.864. Her parents are Lori Gunn and Randy Gunn. Her adjectives include being goofy, sweet, enthusiastic, spunky, and outspoken. 3 of her strengths are that she's easy to get along with, easy to communicate with, and she's strong-willed. It's true. So her plans for after high school is that she's going to be working during the summer and then attending Western Oregon University in the fall. She wants to get her bachelor's in science and become a nurse. Her fondest memory of Douglas High School is eating lunch in Whitney's truck at the boat dock. Our number 8 student is Molly Allen. Molly Allen graduates Douglas High School with a 3.944 GPA. Her parents are Rebecca Bresnan and George Allen. Her adjectives include being witty, hilarious, and sarcastic. She has a great customer service voice, and she is a professional procrastinator. Her plans after graduation are to move to Bend and attend Central Oregon Community College and to learn how to snowboard. Her ultimate goal is to be rich, and she has way too many fond memories of Douglas High School to pick just one. Our 7th graduating senior is Isabella Casagrande. Izzy graduates Douglas High School with a 3.966 GPA. Her parents are Jennifer and Robert Casagrande. Her best descriptions are she's driven, outgoing, loud, brilliant, and passionate. Her strengths include being open-minded, resilient, and sweet. After high school, she plans to major in business at the University of Oregon. After that, she plans to attend law school and become a lawyer. Her fondest memories of Douglas High School include playing soccer her junior year, and she's very glad that she got to make friends that she will keep with her as she goes on to college as a roommate. We actually have a tie for 5th, which is really exciting. Yeah? The first is Mackenzie Phillips. Mackenzie Phillips is graduating Douglas High School with a 4.0 GPA. Her parents are Hillary Smith and Danny Phillips Jr. Her adjectives include being adventurous, persevering, determined, competitive, and hard-headed. Her three strengths, include her ability to continue pushing forward, even when the whole world is pushing back. Her loyalty to friends, family, school, and community, and having officially fine-tuned the art of sarcasm. Her future goals is that she's going to attend Brown University in the fall. And while at Brown, she will continue in her athletics and participate in the Brown track and field team. In the future, she plans to find her major at school and land an awesome job traveling the world. And hopefully, and I think probably, make it to the Olympics someday. Her fondest memory at Douglas were her bus rides home with the track and field team, especially the one where apparently you had to stop in Sutherland for a potty break. And if you know, you know. Also 5th is Evan Salthouse. Evan Salthouse also is graduating from Douglas High School with a 4.0 GPA. His parents are Jeffrey and Amy Salthouse. His 5 adjectives include being honest, enthusiastic, determined, dedicated, and diligent. His 3 strengths include when he's excited about a project or opportunity, he makes the most out of it for himself. He always tries to boost others up with him, and he prides himself on who he is, and he lets that guide him. He plans on attending Portland State University to study film and music. He'll be moving to Portland in September, but not before spending the summer making movies and spending time with friends, making memories that he'll remember for years to come. He hopes to live in Portland and continue his interest in arts and creating things for other people to enjoy, as well as increasing his personal knowledge and understanding about people and the world. His fondest memories at Douglas are the shenanigans that would happen in band and the connection that grew with the people involved. Lucas Vandermark showing up to practice while still loopy after getting his wisdom teeth removed was pretty funny too. Our number 4 Douglas High School student is Micah Pelabello. Micah's parents are Jeannie and Dante Pelabello, and she's described as quiet, timid, intelligent, thoughtful, and loyal. Her strengths include being creative when it comes to writing. She's a very creative writer. Hard work when trying to achieve her goals, and that she's not a quitter. She plans to go to UCC to become a nurse. After studying and working as a nurse, she wants to go back to college to study pediatrics. And her favorite memories, she has 2 of them, were listening to discussions in the writing class and for college credit, or helping take pictures for the chair of the Douglas Instagram account. Our number 3 student is Sydney Cook. Sydney is graduating with a 4.052 GPA. Her parents are Carrie and Robert Cook. Her adjectives include being thoughtful, quiet, caring, musical, and talented. 3 of her strengths include being creative, determined, and hardworking. She plans to go to UCC after Douglas to get her associates, and hopefully have a career in graphic design or film. Her fondest memory of Douglas was laughing with her friends in art class during her junior year. Our number 2 student is Emily Newell. Graduating with a 4.078 GPA, her parents are Wanda and Eugene Schwartz. Her best, Wendy, not Wanda. I apologize. Her 5 adjectives that best describe her include being affectionate, stubborn, protective, clever, and tall. She includes her strengths as being a perfectionist, passionate, and dexterous. She will be attending Montana State University in the fall to take part in the pre-veterinarian vet medicine program there. She also intends to continue in music through participation in choirs and continued efforts in her learning the cello. She plans to become a veterinarian with a specialty in exotic animals and then live in a house comfortably with all her pets in a place with moderate weather. Her fondest memory at Douglas High School is successfully preparing and practicing and performing in an inspector calls last year with Drama Club. Even though it was exhausting, it was so worth it. And finally, our number 1 student, Lucas Vandermark. Lucas is finishing Douglas High School with a 4.093 GPA. His parents are David and Mary Vandermark. His adjectives include being determined, strong-willed, charismatic, caring, and outgoing. His strengths include public speaking, empathy, and leadership. He is going to University of Oregon in the fall to study business administration program, to get a bachelor's degree. From there, he plans to apply to a graduate program. His long-term goal is to earn a master's in business administration and then get a job as a business executive or a manager. His fondest memory of Douglas was being part of the drama and music programs and building relationships with everyone in these programs throughout the years. Congratulations, the top 10. It is now my privilege to present our superintendent, Mr. Kevin Miller.
Honored guests, family, friends, and graduating students, It is my distinct pleasure to announce that these members of the Douglas High School class of 2021 have met all of the requirements for graduation set forth by the Winston-Dillard School Board of Directors, the Oregon State Department of Education, and apparently Dr. Steve Shelley. We present to you this evening for the awarding of diplomas the Douglas High School graduating class of 2021. I am pleased to introduce Associated Student Body Class President, Mr. Lucas Vandermark, for the calling of the roll, and the Winston-Dillard School Board of Director Chair, Mrs. Lorna Quimby, who will present diplomas. Thank you.
Can I please have the first row stand and meet me on the stage? Now, before we begin with these graduates, we have one graduate to announce who was unable to attend tonight due to being in boot camp. So first, we want to acknowledge Emma Lee Newby. Evan Ross Salthouse. Emily Catherine Newell. Sydney Ray Cook. Micah Figueroa Pelabello. Gavin Michael Jones. Mackenzie Elizabeth Phillips. Emma Lee Freeman. Isabella May Casagrande. Jasmine Orion Lund. Molly Elizabeth Allen. Shaylin Ray Thorpe. Alexandra Danielle Gunn. Whitney Louise Evans. Maya Angelina Skirk. Alyssa Julipin Parson. McKenna Grace Anderson. Taylor Jean Morgan Mann. Leslie Pineda Silva Castro. Gavin James Hunter. Will the second row please join me on stage? Jacob James Hagan. Milanetta Kai Viti Dina Snuka Palamalu. Tyler Paul Burson. Trenton Ellis Burson. Trevin James Kilgore. Elizabeth Marie Avant. Taylor Elaine Watson. Isabella Leonore Sue Rodriguez. Dominic Nathan Hale. Noah Alexander Knight. Jesse Michael Brett. Ty William Cross. Manuel Jaime. Michael Scott Taylor. Brianne Elizabeth Jones. Uriah Jacob Stokel. Levi Ray Brown. Landon Leroy Lane. Jack Riley Alexander Graham. Andrew Thomas Doobie. Could the third row please rise and join me on stage? Riley Scott Kerr. Connor James Johnson. Zachary Bo Wilson. Christian Wesley Morgan. David Allen Ray Prudencio. Brock Lamar Crane. Jacob Riley Davis. Connor Michael Howe. Jaden Page Miller. Seth Thomas Christian. Connor James Albertson. Ryan Owen Parker. Jaden Christine Lewis. Corey Allen Kiltz. Giovanni Michael Boyle. Reston Isaac James. Jacob Allen Fay. Brandon Christopher Willard. Stevie Jasmine Leona Hunt. John Roy Alexander Hunt. Could the fourth row please rise and join me on stage? Layla Lynn Martin. Megan Marie Johnson. Ryan Lee Gage. Destiny Paige Henderson. Diamond Rain Walker. Elijah Neal Savage. Zoe Ray Gorder. Kevin Ray Beamer. Elijah James LaRock. Corbin Ray Johnson. Candace Grace Phillips. Emily Grace White. Abigail Grace Speck. Erin Haley Brown. Clayton Wayne Hatcher. Lucas Robert Harry Vandermark. Could the class of 2021 please rise? Please turn around and face your parents. Now, will you all please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left, signifying graduation. I now present the graduating class of 2021.